What's going on, traders? Hope everybody had a great Thursday. It is May 18th, and what a day in the markets. Another strong day for the bulls. Final print 419.23 with the markets being green 0.96%. And we're looking at the daily chart with the S&P 500. But before we get into it, quick reminder, the videos here are for educational and entertainment purposes only. And if you're enjoying the content that we are providing about the markets, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell. That way you are notified every time we post new updates about the markets. All right, so beautiful move outside of the range that we have been trading in. And we still are in this megaphone pattern, but as you can see, boom, we broke out of that high, closed way above the range, but pretty close here to the top of the megaphone pattern, so that is interesting. We are certainly extended outside of value now by a long shot, and that does make me concerned. I'm talking about a Friday being a certain day that I think could be the pivot in the markets here. But we will see if I am right about that. I did initiate a put swing today towards the end of the day, so we will see monthly expiration. So we'll see if we're able to catch the highs again, but we'll have to wait as that develops. It could take a few more days. Tomorrow, of course, is OPEX, and we had another large directional move. So I am going to be very cautious about complex, tricky price action coming into tomorrow, especially after 2 days now like this. What we could see continued upward momentum into this top of the megaphone here. And then we start to see some selling coming in. But really, we're going to need to get, or at least the bears are going to want to break back into the range under this 416. I think if that goes, we're going to trap a lot of the late longs that came in and should see a pretty sharp sell reaction. I like being bullish, as much as the next person, but I just have to call a spade when I see it, and go with my thesis here. And we were talking about in the last video, could this potentially be, similar to this in that it's a fake break? Now, it certainly looks a lot more powerful, right? We have a strong, full-bodied daily candle here coming in, and which looks very different than this daily candle here that we had printed on the last time that we caught the reversal. So, but even from here, honestly, if it comes down back, what do we close at? Yeah, 419.20. Even if we come back down $4, would be a good swing short, and that's fine. And if it doesn't continue, that's not a problem for me. I'll still take that, whatever it is, 30% or whatever. I'll take that all day. But I want to see if this is legit or not. And tomorrow, probably likely to see an inside bar. Maybe for the next couple of days, see a couple of inside bars form, and then we'll know a little bit more. But it certainly will be interesting to see if this 416 can be defended. But certainly a strong close, way above that level. Now, there was something else that we were looking at. Let's go to the main chart we normally look at here. We have been talking about this gap for a while. Where is it? Oh, where are we going here? Okay, here we go. We also have been talking about this gap for a while. I think people, after these three major gap ups, if you recall, people were talking about them being filled, etc., etc. And I was kind of the opinion that it would be more likely to see this gap get filled first before we had a chance to come here. Now, are we there? We're almost there, and it is definitely something that I am watching for. Tomorrow I was talking about maybe testing the top of that megaphone pattern. Well, what could happen is that we continue to rally here into the morning, maybe go up $1 or $2 more, and then come back over. Or we could just stop right here, pretty much at the start of the gap, and never get into it. And then just here start to fizzle down. Maybe we form a daily bull flag, and then we break up, fill that gap, and maybe come up a little bit higher, maybe to the 425 area. So that is a potential scenario as well if we do fill the gap and continue up. Or we fill the gap and then we roll over, or we stop here. So those are all 3 or 4 different scenarios that could play out here. But really, we're going to want to see what happens over the next couple days to really confirm if this is a true breakout of this range. And I know many people are probably wishing for that. The other thing, we're talking about value area highs being very extended from that. That is true, but here one difference in this case is here the Momo is still looking bullish here. So that is something I want to pay attention to, because last time when I tagged the short up here, we were getting overbought signals as well. So those were two things coming into our favor. This is showing a lot more room. And let's actually just take a quick look at the actual profile here. Oh man, this freaking, trend line has just been amazing plays every time it's come into it. Look at that, boom, boom, boom. All right, this one's probably got a lot more space, yeah. Okay, so we're not completely, we're actually got some decent amount of room here on the volume profile structure. You can see here, though, the value area highs that we were talking about earlier. Interesting to note, though, here with this gap, you can also see this area here in the volume profile. So, maybe we could even say that if we are going to continue higher, that is going to be filled, and we come into something like this, the 423.50, if we do continue higher. And then in which case, after that, again, I'd be looking for that 425, basically. So we'll have to see, how that develops, but getting real close to those yearly highs, which is very cool. And it's been fun market overall, I'd have to say. So yeah, what else are we looking at for tomorrow? Let's take a look. Let's just get into that really quickly. Plus the playoffs game is starting here. Okay. And I'm not going to go into the... Let's actually go to this. Fine profile on the hourly here. Pretty thin. I want to just look at this. Make it here. Yeah, I mean, this profile is pretty thin up here. Let's just look at the 4 hour. Oh, and look how extended from value. Profiles doesn't have too much left here in the tank, but we'll see. Daily has plenty, but 4 hour, hourly, and 30-minute are all very, very extended. Nice, and even look at the distance here. Even on this chart, it's looking very suspicious up here to me, above value in so many places, and that profile. Okay, so either way, that's just something else I'm looking at. But let's go back. Now we went over what we needed to hold yesterday. Right, we were talking about this area that would need to hold to be able to see a move higher. We did break out. We were talking about this little, kind of flag formation here forming. They did break it up, coming right into 416.15 with pre-market high here, and then we sold off a little bit in the morning, but we really didn't break down the structure here. And this area as well was the 768 or 786 retracement on the fibs. And I don't really want to get too much into the day's price action, but you can see here that we came in, fake break, recapture, boom, you get a nice long here. And then beautiful touch right into the 20, right at the start of this base breakout here of the opening range. So very nice price action, great day. Anyway, so what are we looking at for tomorrow? Now, I'm certainly going to be keeping an eye, same type of situation, really the 418, right? These highs, okay? You can start to get a little bit nervous if we start getting below here, this hourly 9 around 418.85, we'll call it, and that probably would bring in some more selling into down here, and that's really going to be the thing to watch, because if we start to break this and then get under 417.50 here, that's when we'll certainly start to see more selling back into today's range, and then all the bulls and bears will be like, well, we gave back, you know, the whole day basically of where we were, which could be a possibility. So I'll be watching this 418 85 area and 417 60, 50 zone, and we'll see if those can be defended. But really, this top of this structure here will be what we're going to need to see, maybe to start to make any sort of bearish, real bearish, you know, momentum in the markets. Otherwise, if we continue to grind up higher, we're certainly going to watch for that gap. And you know, we'd really have to take out these highs, and we'll have to see what we do here in after hours and in Globex and all that. But if we start to sweep these highs, okay, then we can start to look a little bit higher into some of those levels we were talking about earlier. I gotta go with this. We'll look into some of these levels up higher at the 421 area, 421.50, and then up to the 422. Let's just take a quick look. Since freezing, my apologies. Yeah, I mean, really, if we start confirming, you know, hourly closes, and this is kind of bigger picture, but you know, if we confirm these hourly closes here over 420, then we'll probably be looking big picture up, and that's this area here that we were talking about. But either way, like I was saying, if we start to sweep these highs, okay, 421, 421.50, and then probably 422, and then we'll see what we do as we get into that 423 zone, where it gets pretty interesting, and we start to look at that gap area that we were looking at earlier. And yeah, if we get over that, basically from 423, 423.50, if we break over that, okay, then we're going to be looking for that 425. So that's what I'll be looking for. As that's concerned, that'd be pretty much my bull and bear case and plan for the day. But let's see what happens tomorrow. It is OPEC, so be careful. If you've had a great week, nothing wrong with taking the day off, sizing down, 1 or 2 trades in and out. No reason to force anything, especially after 2 pretty much more or less trend days of big momentum now. It can get a little bit dicey now. I mean, like, more than likely, I thought, you know, we would see some consolidation today, but we actually saw that range break. But now I'm even more cautious about complex and tricky price action coming in tomorrow, especially considering it is OPEX. All right, take care and have a good rest of your evening.